Here we are, the third caper. Thinking about your parents again, huh? It's been 10 years since they passed. I agree about living in the moment. Put old sadness aside, embrace new happiness. Just because you lost them doesn't mean you'll keep losing. It's not inevitable. I agree about living in for a moment. Put old sadness aside, embrace new happiness. I want to, I really do, and I have put a lot of it behind me. I'm going up to rooftops again, for instance, but I don't know if I can ever put that pain completely behind me. If the last weeks have felt like years, those years have felt like weeks. You weren't there for that. I mean, you showed up right after it happened, literally right after, but have I told you the story of how I lost my parents? Yeah, you told me. I don't mind if you want to share, go ahead. I think I'll pass if you're okay with that. We already did this. Yeah, it's cool, I understand, and I want you to feel comfortable, you know? No need to dump my pain on top of yours. You already know the important parts anyway. Stealing Serum 23 from the Continuum lab, the caper that ended their lives. Mom injected me with the serum, which put your voice in my head, a way to give me some guidance after she was gone. 10 years. I'm only one voice in a choir, and you're building a new family along the way. I've done my best to help you along the way, but I don't tell your own strengths worth. I just hope I've done a good job raising you. I know I can't replace your mother. Nobody's nerfect. Nobody's nerfect. I mean, I've had plenty of mistakes along the way myself. And I'm not expecting you to be the new Loretta Larceny, but what you've contributed, it's valuable, it's welcomed, and I'm thankful. Okay, I've been lying in bed long enough. We're gonna be burning daylight soon. Immediately I checked the job queue for Dr. Mayhem since, well, Isaac and I got a good thing going, don't we? But if I'm not that serious about it, I could go work for someone else today. He'd understand. Busy adults, busy schedules. So whom do I want to crime with for my final outing? I mean, we're going all in. All in with Dr. Mayhem. I love how Dr. Mayhem appearance looks more kissy-faced. Dr. Mayhem. Alright, we're gonna do monumental proportions. Because, yeah, we already did these. We're gonna do this with the Overmistress. And we did this already with Hottie 4000. So, monumental proportions. Shrink and steal a hero statue from an art museum. No need to consult my phone. I've got the route to Isaac's hideout memorized. Not exactly a fun trip through town, but an easy one. When I arrive, semi-soothing recorded music fills the air. Isaac sitting on the floor on a cheap yoga mat, trying to focus on the sound. Imagine yourself in a happy little world, under a happy little sky. Happy birds are singing. Oh, they sing such a lovely song. All is calm and bright, and you don't have a care in the world. Everything is peaceful. Everything is according to your design. And look, over by that happy little tree. It's your enemies, and they're all on fire. Aren't those happy little screams so soothing, so relaxing, knowing you have destroyed all who oppose you, and they will be long forgotten? Now imagine a happy little doomsday weapon pointed at the United Nations. This is not relaxing me. I popped the audio tape out of his cheap boombox, checking the label. Guided meditation for day-to-day supervillain stress. Why are you listening to this? I'm trying to use the power of relaxation techniques to get my anger and frustration under control. Someone in crime recommended this to me. I am all about mindfulness, so I actually approve of, well, the concept, but I'm not sure if this is the right material for you. Yeah, I wouldn't take any advice from anyone on Crimer, myself included. I'm horrible advice, but I'm not. Nonsense, you're the most level-headed mask I know. That's really not saying much considering how low the bar has been set by the mask community. But hey, I'm glad you see you're doing the work. Emotional labor is difficult, but worthwhile. Yeah, I really don't like who I've become since ending up an outlaw. In terms of my emotional reactions to stress, I mean. Believe it or not, I was pretty chill when I was younger. Even when life sucked, I could roll with it pretty easily. But this ongoing chain of misfortune has really shaken my stability, and I really, really do not like it. I know it's going to take some work, so I'm trying to find a therapist to help me through it. Great, I think it's the right move. Problem is, finding a therapist I can trust not to immediately call the cops, being a wanted outlaw and all that. You're not a violent mask, though. Not really a threat to yourself and others, even with your recent outbursts. Shrinks don't have to throw you to the wolves unless they think there's an immediate danger. And any actual legitimate mayhem done in your name has been through me, and you know I'd never snitch. Good point. I'm relatively clean, aside from the corporate espionage, and you've done right by me all this time. In fact, there's a dangerous mission I was hesitant to offer you, but maybe I can trust you with it. You know I'm down for anything. What's the job? Meeting my parents. Oh, sucka, 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 sucka! This is good! This is good news! And my brother and sisters. And my aunties. So many aunties. Oh, shirt, we're at that stage in our relationship already. I may have talked you up to them as one of the few bright spots in my life right now, and they want to make sure you're good for me. Very natural, and a lot of respect for that. I'm hesitant to do it, not because of you. I know you can smooth talk your way through any interrogation, friendly or otherwise. But I haven't been home in some time, not since becoming a mask. I know they love and support me, but it feels like a bad idea. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, I think I know what he means. He already feels like his life's gone off the rails. Going home a failure has to be humiliating. He's a wanted outlaw, but not a very anonymous one. That makes his family into targets. Maybe his family accepts him, but what about his community? What about people who trusted him? He's a wanted aunt. I would think that of all things, he is more worried about his family than himself. So, concern about his family being in danger because of him. I get it. Your outlaw status can put your family in danger. From the authorities, the capes, or even other masks you've annoyed. And people in my town eat through enough shirt from the cops already. Yeah, last thing I want is to give them a flimsy excuse. If a meet and greet with the folks ends up with militarized police kicking down the door, then perhaps it'll be time for Dr. Mayhem to live up to his name and unleash hell on his oppressors. Okay, let's avoid that. Let's just avoid anything like that happening. What you need is a good old mask standby tactic, a clandestine meeting point. So rather than lead trouble to my family home or lead my family to my hideout, go meet at a restaurant or something. Exactly. One you trust, one you can reserve for additional privacy. What, like Destructo's? Sure, let me make the arrangements. Destructo likes me. I can pull a favor for you. Okay, I trust you. Thanks for your help with this, Penny. I'm glad I can help you. You're important to me, Isaac, and we're partners in more than crime, aren't we? Yeah, definitely partners. In more than one way. So, my future involves event coordination and restaurant reservations. And how's your future looking? Highly illegal, probably. I mean, you've still got one more outing with me on Crimer, yeah? I mean beyond today. Beyond one crime or another. Maybe this is a lot to ask, but I'm curious. I'd like to work with you long term, after your Crimer account expires, but are you good with that? What are your future plans? I don't want to push your own hopes and dreams aside in favor of mine. You're an equal in this. That's why we love him. I don't really have plans. I have plans for you. Plans with this man, this handsome man, hunky Dr. Lovin'. Or try to have plans. A plan is a risky thing. I'm very much the opposite. I am such a planner. I am a huge planner. I could not. Me and Penny are not at all at that same wavelength. Instead, I'd say it's not about fame and fortune, not traditional mass glory. You want something subtler than that. You've always told me that you want absolute freedom. Makes sense not to plan, just ride things out. Absolute freedom. I mean, too much of anything is a bad thing. Maybe it's time to start planning a future. You can only live in the crisis mode for so long. I'm gonna say, maybe it is I'm gonna influence her. Yeah, I goof off and have fun and love to keep things light, but I already picked that one. It's not about fame and fortune, not traditional mass glory. You want something subtler than that. I'd say my goal is to be the opposite of famous. Unfamous, not infamous. That's just naughty type fame. A thief operates by stealth. We slip in and out, a ghost in the night, when we're at our best. Nobody even knows we were there. A lot of masks, they're in it for the fame and glory. Me? I don't want to be the show. I want to run the show. Put me in the back of the house and I'll quietly do my thing, living by my ideals, slipping nicely under the radar. It's not that I don't want recognition or a legacy. I absolutely do, but not as some headliner or celebrity. The rich and powerful, they're the ones who want to be headliners. They want us all to aspire to be like them. Their systems make us grind for it. But I'm making this work my way. Their way can get forked. I'm a new kind of criminal. So I'd say that's my future, a life of unfame, becoming the kind of legend they whisper about. The best scientists disappear into their work. The work matters more than the man. The whole great man theory of history is bunk. So I completely get the idea of not being some high-powered distraction machine for public approval. Good. Okay, I've stalled long enough. We really do need to get on with the crime. But after the crime's all crimed, I'll be okay with spending some non-crime time with you. I'd like that too. It's good to see your boyfriend outside of work. It's good to see your boyfriend outside of those doctor clothes too, I'm sure, Penny. Oh ho! I've advanced to the rank of boyfriend. So soon? Life moves fast. Grab on and don't let go. I won't let go if you don't. But that's for later. For now, crime. What do you got? Monumental proportions. So, this is kind of a two birds, one stone situation. A way to raise my mass profile and gain the technology resource. How familiar are you with the Museum of Heroic Endeavors? Not very, masks usually avoid the place. It's got a ginormous statue of Captain Infinity just outside, right? Yep, and we're gonna steal the statue. Holy shirt, seriously? Seriously. Problem, it's like 100 tons of solid stone. I'm not exactly swole AF here. That's why we're also stealing Dr. Diminutive's shrink ray. A couple years ago it was on display in the museum, a trophy of one of Captain Infinity's many adventures. It's not on public display anymore, but there's a secure vault under the building for various villainous artifacts. What I need you to do is find the shrink ray, steal it, then use it to shrink the statue and steal that too. My guess is there's probably going to be a cape that will interrupt us. My guess is I'm going to guess it's muscle memory. That's my guess, muscle memory. What do you think? Classic 4-color comedic caper, right? And it gets you a gosh darn shrink ray. That's the prize you really want, right? Exactly. I don't give a shirt about some statue. That's just to impress the masks. The shrink ray, though, that could blow doors down, scientifically. Nobody's cracked down Dr. Diminutive. Nobody's cracked how Dr. Diminutive made it. The ability to shrink anything down to microscopic size is a game changer. I'll leave the specifics of stealing the ray and the statue up to you. It's your area of expertise. Right, time to play tourist. I'll loop you in on comms and we'll make this happen. I'll be right here detangling genetic code until you need me. Good luck, Penny. Stay safe. Ooh. Captain Infinity is kind of a hottie, not gonna lie. Shrink a national monument and steal it. Sounds like something from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. That's good shirt. That's classic. They did that kind of caper in the 60s all the time. I'm pretty sure my grandmother stole the Eiffel Tower at one point. Or was that Lady Babette Lightfingers? And stealing the statue of Captain Infinity, the time-traveling, history-fixing, original flavors superhero? Hot dang. Infinity is one of the first capes on the scene. Maybe even the first cape ever, considering he's in ancient cave paintings and stuff. If I can steal the statue, maybe I'll be one of the greats too. Casing the joint. Scouting out a museum while it's in full swing with tourists and everything may be tricky. Not much access to sensitive areas. I'll need to hit a few exhibits and see if I can pick up subtle hints about how to approach the heist. Where to first? Ooh, 4 exhibits. The Continuum exhibit. Miniature City. Oh. Why do I feel like Miniature City might come in handy if I'm trying to shrink something? Maybe the ray can also enlarge something? Snack machine! I'd be all over the snack machine. Gift shop. Atrium. Security desk. The restrooms. I'm a foodie, so I gotta go to the snack machine. This is probably not gonna help my mission whatsoever, but I do not care. Snack machine it is. Casing makes you hungry. All this snooping and skulking about burns calories. Fortunately, there's a small rest stop downstairs with shiny modern vending machines packed with glorious, glorious snacks. Maybe the chompers are there. I'm gonna that's the whole theme. There was chocolate in my first mission, there was chocolate in my second mission, there's gotta be chocolate in my third mission. I had to go for the snacks. I approach one machine, it's perfectly packaged nacho-flavored chip-esque delights lying in wait for me, and feed a single dollar into the slot, which spits the dollar back out, so I try again. Oh, come on, it's legal tender, you annoying machine. Give me your snacks. Fancy Feast, can you hack this thing for me? You want me to hack a snack machine? Seriously? I'm starving, I want my chips, I deserve my chips, and I will have my chips or die trying. Fine. If there's a USB port on the thing, you can plug in the hack tool I gave you. Fortunately, being a fancy pants modern vending machine, there's a hidden USB port in the back, and nobody spots me plugging in on attempt 3. Okay, yeah, outdated firmware, as many holes as Swiss cheese. This won't be a problem too. Oh, what? We're in! Advantage game. Did I? We're in, and I don't just mean the snack machine. I can access their entire wireless security network from here. From the snack machine? Yes, being a foodie does pay. That means I can shut down every alarm in the building remotely, which means I don't even have to go to the security place. The fork? You broke their alarm system through a vending machine? How? The Internet of Things, my friend. Gotta love it when you plug a vulnerable system into your secured network. Looks like all the systems that run in this place are wirelessly connected. And I mean all of them. All you need is a single in. Lucky for us, then. Also, give me my snack. Fine. On cue, motors whir and my baggie of crunchy delights is delivered. Nice. All that and a bag of chips. I see what you did there. Okay, where are we headed next? Gift shop seems cool. I want to get like a superhero thing. Atrium, security desk, continuum exhibit, restrooms. I want to kind of go to Miniature City. Let's go to Miniature City. Oh, look, it's Solid Snake? Did they really get the rights to have a character that looks that close to Solid Snake? There's a whole mini exhibit on Dr. Diminutive. Pardon the pun. That'd be a good place to check out. There's a ton of photographs here from past battles with Captain Infinity. The two have clashed a few times over the last 30 years. Looks like they moved all his weapons and gadgets elsewhere, as predicted, but still some good details on his crimes and methods. Shrunken vehicles, shrunken mountains, all the trimmings of a shrunken city, a tribute to the time he shrank Des Moines. They restored the city to its original size. This is just a scale model, but wow, that's a heck of a shrink ray he was packing. In fact, if it's that powerful and dangerous, maybe I should get more details before I start firing the thing myself. Probably a good idea. Panda Bear to Watson, do you copy? Over. Watson? Huh. Yeah, like Dr. Watson, because you're a doctor. It's my new codename for you. If I gave him a codename in that vein, it would be Who. Calling Who? Calling Who? Hey, Dr. Watson was the sidekick. Or I would call him, calling David Tennant, or calling Ten. And which one of us is out here in the field investigating right now? Yeah, okay, that's fair. Do you actually know how to use the shrink ray once I get it? It's a ray gun, right? You point it at Captain Infinity's statue and shoot. That's a big assumption to make when using mad science gadgets. It could, I don't know, blast me back in time or something. Sure, okay, yeah, that's a distinct possibility. I don't trust most masked scientists to work rationally. Let me think. I'll contact my lawyer. What? You're gonna sue Dr. Diminutive for not providing an instruction manual? No, I'm going to use him as an intermediary to get you on a secret phone call with the doc. I am owed a pretty big favor after my lawyer completely botched my plagiarism case. Just give me 10 minutes. And sure enough, a few minutes later, I'm linked in over comms. The prison phone connection bounced off a few proxies, makes for a heck of a lot of audio distortion, but it'll do. What do you want? Who is this? Call me Miss Kidding, and tonight I am procuring your shrink ray. Unlikely. It's stowed deep beneath the Museum of Heroic Endeavors, so deep even I know not where. My problem, not yours. What I need from you is how to utilize the weapon. Well, 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 such a naive young thing, believing she can dare wield such phenomenal cosmic powers so easily. Tell me, child, what tortured past have you endured that would lead you to unleash the ultimate in atomic manipulation? Perhaps I'll tell you. Perhaps. Come into my web, said the spider to the fly, and let us have tea and ladyfingers. I think he said come into my parlor, not my web. Oh, for crying out loud, just threaten the guy and let's get on with this. We could probably cut through his bullshit if we told him what you want it for. Is he seriously doing the enigmatic mastermind shtick? Fine, play along. We could probably cut through his bullshit if you told him what you want it for. Okay, I get what you want to do. I get that you want to do this back and forth war of metaphors and posturing, but I'm on a timetable here. So let me lay this out for you. I'm going to shrink the statue of Captain Infinity. What? Seriously? Seriously, tell me how to use the ray and I'll humiliate your arch nemesis. How about it? Oh, the wheel of fate is turning. Once that time-traveling fool was the bane of my linear existence, but now I am granted. Dude, timetable. Chop chop. You are no fun whatsoever. After you fire the ray, turn the power limiter on. It's the yellow switch, otherwise it could overload and fuse. Good to know, thank you. Yellow switch, got it. Ah, such sweet, sweet revenge. To think that even behind bars, the almighty Dr. Diminutive shall have the last. Yeah, that's enough. I hang up on him, tucking the information away for later use. Okay, where are we headed next? Gift shop! Again, I don't expect us to have any sort of advantage by going there, or any intel, but who knows? I didn't think anything was going to come out of the snack shop. Gift shop, the most fun you can have in a museum when you're young and bored. Since this is a superhero museum and not some stuffy art museum, there's all sorts of cool shirt in here. Kitty versions of various cape costumes, plastic gadgets and weapons, and more action figures than a toy store. If it's a gift shop, I should buy someone a gift, shouldn't I? My only critique about the writing in this game, and again, all due respect to Stefan, of course, is that the usage of shirt seems to be very prevalent. I get it if that's like Penny's thing, but even other characters it's constantly, it's like constant. I probably could do a drinking game of every single time a character says shirt and like be out within the first 5 minutes. I mean, so it's a little excessive for my taste, just because I don't mind colorful language, but if it's used so often, if it's used that often, it like loses its effect, you know? It like loses its value. So just and you know, there's something about writing about using a specific word over and over and over and over and over again, just in general, that I tend to shy away from. So again, very like nitpicky. This is a huge nitpicky thing. Everything else about the writing is amazing. Don't get me wrong. Still love your writing, Stefan, but just something that I've noticed it. It's been in the back of my mind these last couple of playthroughs, and because I've just noticed it, I just had to verbalize it. So, if it's a gift shop, I should buy someone a gift, shouldn't I? I'm gonna buy you a gift. What do you want? Huh. You know, I loved going to museum gift shops when I was a kid, especially air and space museums. Hey, do they have any freeze-dried ice cream? That's what I would go for. The foodie in me. I normally go for the food stuff in museum, like gift shops. Do they have any freeze-dried ice cream like the kind astronauts eat? It tastes like chalk, but it's nostalgic for me. I actually liked it. I actually like freeze-dried ice cream. Nope. But if you want science stuff, there's a model kit for Dr. Impossible's Ultra Molecule. How many doctors are there in the mask community? I'm starting to feel generic now. About 23% of all masks are mad scientists, my dude. Sorry to say, but you are kind of generic. Maybe that's for the best. And sure, I'll take the model kit. I'll reimburse you for when you get back. Thanks a bunch, Penny. Nice to feel appreciated. I didn't get any advantages for that, but at least I got something for my honey. And that's more than worth it. I'm about to swing by the register when I spot something out of the corner of my eye. A plastic toy version of Dr. Diminutive Shrink Ray. Ooh, we can make a little, like, switcheroo. We can make a swap. Just like the good doctor said, there's a yellow switch on it. Good to know he wasn't lying to me. You know what? I'm gonna buy this. I've got ideas. Switcheroo. I ring up my purchase and scoot on out of there. Okay, where are we headed next? The atrium. We don't need to go to the security desks because we already, like, have access to security. We can just turn everything off. Restrooms, probably not gonna give us anything. The atrium would be fine. I'm really curious about the exhibit itself. Continuum exhibit. And we're back to Solid Snake again. The main corporate benefactor of the museum is Continuum, a scientific research organization. Continuum is weird and dangerous, like as bad as you can get without being declared a bunch of outlaw mad scientists. In the 24th century, they're going to invent the time travel technology that Captain Infinity will have used. In fact, Captain Infinity was the one who funded the creation of Continuum in 1901. He set everything up to ensure time travel will be invented. Apparently, he deposited 1 penny in a bank in the 1400s and waited a few centuries for compound interest to do its job. That's pretty smart. Time travel is confusing, okay? And Continuum is why I'm an orphan. So I'm not thrilled to see them sponsoring this whole museum, but I may as well investigate the exhibit anyway. Oh, okay, maybe it's not gonna be muscle memory. Okay, and that's when I spot a cape, looking forlornly at the old 20th century photo of Captain Infinity and Continuum's founders. Uh-oh, an actual, factual hero in the Hero Museum, and not just a statue of one? That doesn't bode well for my caper. I don't recognize her. Maybe a regional heroine or on vacation? I don't know, I don't follow the cape scene closely. And she looks up, noticing me. Oh, hello? Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm blocking your view. Am I blocking your view? No, we're good. I'm good. Isn't Captain Infinity just so inspiring? He's certainly caused a whole lot of things to happen across history. Yeah, big hero, truly. Yeah, both the Captain and Continuum sure do great work. Really great, just great. Everything's great. Hey, you okay, ma'am? It's dangerous engaging with her, but my sympathetic instincts just kicked in there. Oh, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'll get out of your way. Apologies again. That was weird. I wonder what that was about. But as she walks away, my eye spots something curious near the edge of the Continuum exhibit. A simple door with a yellow-colored keycard reader lock. You see the door there? I think we may have found our vault of villains. Doesn't look like much of a vault. Could just be janitorial supplies or something, right? It's the only secured entrance I've seen in the entire building. Not all vaults have giant metal doors with spinny handles. And a keycard lock, very physical, very mechanical, very direct. Says to me they didn't want to risk connecting it to anything else. Trust, like the snack machine. Trust the thief's instincts. Either the vault's in there or we'll get more information where to find it there. Yeah, actually that tracks. Looks like a standard security door I'd find in a research lab. No sense making a giant inviting target for thieves when a simple door will do the job. Good work, Penny. Maybe it's a roll of the dice, but I like the odds. I feel like we've gotten something very valuable with every single one of our trips, so we'll see how that plays out. I know it's an assumption, but I've been at this long enough to know when someone's hiding something. And that door just screams, please ignore me. It's perfect. I'll check it out tonight. And that's when the overhead PA system crackles to life. Your attention please, your attention please. The museum will be closing shortly. The museum will be closing shortly. It'd be nice to keep scouting this place. Maybe add another day to the casing phase. But best not push my luck. I'm wondering if I'll run into Ben Stiller late at night when I'm wandering around the museum. That would be kind of cool. I always thought Ben Stiller was kind of hot. Again, in a very, well, I wouldn't even say in a dorkable sort of way. I think I think Ben Stiller is classically attractive. I've gathered everything I can. Now it's time to plan the heist. One way or another, that statue will be mine tonight. One quick taxi ride across the town gets me back to the rundown research lab of Dr. Mayhem. So how was the museum tour? Informative. Got a plan already? I love the details. Indubitably.